the women's finalists, it's tainted incredibly by not having Caster Semenya.
Oh, yes.
In this
Okay.
field. This is, and I don't use this word lightly. This is a disgrace and a joke that she's not in here.
Yeah.
She was 8-0 this year in finals.
Yep.
Cementing 3 years in a row where she hasn't lost an 800-meter final. She put up the 4th, 6th, and 8th fastest mark all time in the 800 this year. Nobody dominated their event. Nobody had fewer questions going into a race about who's going to win than Caster Semenya in the women's 800 of track races. Beyond the 800, she was number 4 in the year in the 400. A lot of people forget about that. And she was also top 10 in the 1500. So 400, 800, 1500. Not taking anything away from the women on these lists. Obviously, they're very accomplished, but we're not idiots. The reason she's not on this list has nothing to do with the fact that there's 5 women better than her. It has everything to do with the fact that the IAAF still hasn't figured out the hyper-androgynous policy. And rather than give her credit for her season, which she competed in fairly, right? Yeah. There was no rule in place this year. They're being very punitive and very petty by keeping her off this list. And look, reasonable people, I think, can disagree on that policy, right? I've heard arguments whether or not they need to change the rule as it relates to regulating testosterone on both sides, and whether or not they don't. But the fact remains, she was eligible to compete this year. She ran those races, right? You can't say, oh, you ran these races, but they don't count because in the future, you may be not eligible to compete. Or in the future, the way your biochemistry is may not fit for this. No, and that's 100% what this is about. I would have had more respect for this decision if they just said at the beginning of the year, you're not eligible for the award. Yeah. Because to put out a list with 5 women in it in 2018, we all watched the races. So to put out a list of 5 women in 2018 that doesn't include Caster Semenya is insulting our intelligence. And like I said, you can disagree or agree with what the Court of Arbitration of Sport is going to rule next year, but that's a next year thing. Yeah. That's not a this year thing. So to do it it's just laughable when I look at that list.